Well, the children put on coupon so then as watch I guess that also and soon forever and ever we appreciate the you cannot run away from that fact. They be other and many years so nanya me tears and then you may be a me and then you bush be a me film. That's all. So one tears yes are now a guide yeah. Honorable said Nyami bi wo ho. Okay. Nyami don na. Okay. Okay.
Onyame dono.
Okay.
Aye
misa.
Era de dono. Nanka fuchire bi a obutu.
Ka blue kiosk bi a me na me chiro na.
Fuchire bi a obutu.
Pure water bi an.
O mai kura an sheda mo.
David.
Era de dono. Aye usa. And never fuck with my guy. Oh, African wealth.
Yeah.
A rababa kwa feeling. Now, I said, yeah, so no come up. You are a hostess here. We'll feel a belated birthday in Coma Louisa Anna Basta. Belated birthday in Coma Louisa Anna Basta and a pay in chair and Coma Pa.
Well, as well as the brass says, some order to the broadcast to me, Edinburgh, Nafi, Mary, if you see a pound on Kono Pepe, Bedroom, the ultimate TV breakfast show, Anna Edinburgh, Mene, Dr. Nana Yabrefo Danso, my queen, Anna Atrasia Edinburgh. So, Quenya Oms, a bruma, Emma Quenya, so I'm waiting near Dinkita home, a year bra obefre, but a brilliant swing, Entinum. So, a year Quenya Emma Tohonum, but yet the Amen Scientific Force. Sounds on a Star Life Assurance. Almost was to say, the Obokata at Tiffany Semno, bro. Most of the papers, a Waha Anope, is bordering on one major story because when you have power, when you have energy, you have power. If there's confusion at that ministry, it means that we are powerless.
Is it only in the ministry? Is the confusion only in that ministry?
It's daily guide. So almost all the papers, the New Crusading Guide and the Chronicle. On this matter of Ameri, I'm sure we can start from this point. A letter that was signed on behalf of the president by the secretary to the president, and the content of that letter.
What letter? No, I know what say. People be said no to your man. Was misled.
The content of that letter was, I refer to your letter, and it has a headline: request for executive approval, innovation, and amendment to on the 25th of July 2018. I refer to your letter dated 24th July 2018 on the above subject matter. The President of the Republic has granted executive approval for the Innovation and Amendment Agreement dated July 20, 2018 between the Government of the Republic of Ghana, represented by the Minister for Energy or his authorized representative. 2. Volta River Authority, VRA. 3. Africa and Middle East Resources Investment Group, Ameri, and it goes on the other. And then when it ends, it's for the operation and maintenance of the existing 250 megawatts Ameri thermal plant at Aboazi for a period of 15 years. I shall be grateful if you could take requisite action on paragraph 2 above, and is signed Nana Bidietu Asante, Secretary to the President, and is copied to the Minister, and then attention Boache Jako, copied to the Vice President, Jubilee House, the Chief of Staff, Jubilee House, and the Secretary to Cabinet, Jubilee House. Okay, so the letter that also took away the Minister also was signed by Eugene Ahen, Director of Communications, and as I read, for immediate release, President Akufo-Addo relieves Minister for Energy of his position. The President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has, by letter dated 6 August 2018, relieved the Minister for Energy, Mr. Boache Jako, of his position with immediate effect. President Akufo-Addo has asked Mr. Boakye Jaku to hand over his office to the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Mr. John Peter Amewu, who will act temporarily as Minister for Energy until a substantive appointment is made. The President wishes Mr. Boakye Jaku well in his future endeavors. Meet me, Kabi.
Oh, why not? We're Ghana. And who are Ghana? Ghana, say an idea.
Well, I think that during the times of John Mahama was naked. If John Mahama was naked, then Nanado is sinking, so he needs to be rescued.
And now, I say, time on now, on my peggy, that John Mahama, where president. Now I say, what damn pine, what I did, Yanni, what that's so.
Yeah.
Name on my paying another damn Kufuado.
He's sinking.
I say, sure be a fan. Wo Remo and Cassa. He
needs to be rescued.
I will say he has a better free more.
Okay. So the other issues are that. So what was the basis for Nana Asante Bediatu to sign on the president that he has been given that executive authority or power to go and act on behalf of Ghana? What went into it?
And Nana Asante Bediatu, and then Sasha and Kratase, Ekoma vice president be, Emma a minister no be, Emma secretary to cabinet be, sir, and nay Ameri deal no. Yen entrim tinton time from 50 years. I ne Ameri for so they let Abas from class I did Romocano. When you say
so if you sign on behalf of somebody, I said you
sign him or be a man Pegina. Now say wo a crowd say also what be also William Hubi also to me he say what sign on I said the uncle now what I say yeah what you
now you understand why the president cannot be naked but he's sinking.
It's the end no work as a president maybe on no uncle one edina tie to the four one more tran chair a catcher and say uncle say no as one more jana to assume what to me would say would do.
Several ministers, consultants, lawyers, ministers around the presidency.
And to one more madam consultant here who said
known and unknown.
Ebi mu ha bia ye nim wo mo so ye nim wo mo na ma fitie say dia bai wo mo nim re enso ye se nkrata say be kwa onu na so fa wo ne ade nyina da a lawyer fo a mo twa ne ho ahia then wo mo yo.
President Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, one of the things I would buy a competence.
His Excellency Nana was who obey o bia nim say mo amo ka say Mahama we incompetent it is a competence wo na de buy.
Clearly what has happened 1 year 8 months is a display of true incompetence, ignorance, or probably to amass wealth like the other people have been doing.
And to us, one of the say, I finish a Busman watch the only and incompetence now the two crowd for also a chair so say ya na.
So we are not going to go by
kind of more pet and I said a dream with them more and I move fast.
Now back to the point. I think that the president, just like I said, oh no, you rescue, no. Apart from that, Mr. President, Edu Bra says 110 ministers, no. Ohwe omo a obetimi a consolidate omo. Na uyi dodo na.
Na reshuffle no cry beba.
That's number one. Because clearly some of the ministers, this Boakye Jaku issue is just a non-starter. Yeah, Mr. President. Is very important. Say 110 ministers, and this is the performance of this administration, where we have bold policies that needs to be implemented, just like you said, that you are in a rush. With the support of most of these incompetent ministers and consultants around you, Mr. President, you cannot get to where you want to get to. That's the fact. Said the ever koi party, the BIB 3x4, okay, as you can kebi. Yes, you'll be why money so yes, you'll be Mr. President, then it means that it is going to be the same old mantra. Now your policies are becoming slogans. 1D, 1F. 1 day, then. They become kind of incompetent mama. And this is a competent administration.
Because even the person in charge of 1D, 1F, I had a problem with it. Really? So, President, Minister of Parliament, President Taka, we are friends was here, see it, say, who you quiet, who say, Bebre no 15, no, a be ya, Jumaka Crabina, a woman who see you and teach them. I say, I know you are doing a good job, but come to the hey.
Now, my fear, Nyoma Bebre Akofa presidency were based on this very important deal. Because Ameri, Mr. President, you cannot tell me that it has not been on a subject matter in our body politics and campaign. Ameri.
Yes.
So if you go on this tangent, near sign near Babakacha say we have been misled, then we have been misled on other major. No, but whether it was misled or it was whether he was misled or whatever, it is pointing out clear that the president gives executive authority signed by his executive secretary. Now we go back and say,
the minister, then the misled went.
Yes, because now nobody blames the executive secretary. We are blaming the president because he signed on behalf of the president. What was the communication to the president that gave him the power to say, "Sadi with the Majia to Mumanenko"? And what has happened?
The president said.
And that's Eugene. That's what Eugene communicated to us. That he signed on behalf of the president, which means that Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo consented. If you consent, it means you are aware of the details. Now you come back and say, "Of course, you know, and your papa there, you mislead you." And what was the basis for that misleading? And then of course, the advisors around the president. You cannot run away from it. Now there are people who advise the president, not just normal people. These are people. Yes, these are people with exposure, with experience, and they call themselves learned friends or whatever.
Some are greedy bastards. Some are greedy bastards.
So
if
Almighty Ameri, that nailed President John Dramani Mahama to the cross.
Yes.
That finished him. You cannot go wrong with Ameri and the MPP.
No.
You cannot. Because Ameri said yes, you should your mama ne chini ne BBS form on Ameri. And the speculations and allegations and Ameri. Oh no, MPP, you cannot get Ameri.
Yeah, 150. Ameri. Hammond, what they say? Then they Hammond, KT Hammond.
Yeah, Ameri. Ameri, the presidency should come back again and explain to us, because we're there for the cameras and if Jakon is falling, Mr. President, take advantage and let most of your ministers also fall, because some of them clearly they are not working. So we are coming back on this matter of Ameri, that Ameri cannot just go because somebody misled the president on Ameri. Oh, munya intro ne munya ndada na afida manyo semo say bibia on Ameri. It's not true. There's more to this than what the letter that just came out. So we watch this space, and I'm going to read all the commentary by MPP people on social media and those that have personally sent text messages to me, and the funny aspect of the energy PRO now issuing, saying that we receive death threats, whatever, every gentleman by name Herbert Crapper. We'll be back on this matter.
The president, by executive approval, as a result of, I'm sure, the letter we all saw from the secretary to the president, has approved the deal. The mere fact that it was done by executive approval at least lets you know that at least the president had the authority to do so. So whether it went to cabinet or it was not taken to cabinet, personally, I believe at least the president had that power, and I think nobody can.
Except that Mr. Mutsuwakilu is indicating that if it had gone, because the president in this instance is suggesting that he was misled, but he's saying that if it had gone to cabinet, he would have had the benefit of other ministers and other advisors having a say or inputs into the deal.
Israel, bottom line, whether I made it clear on Joy Family and the day. Whether he took it to cabinet, whether he did it by executive approval, the bottom line at the end of the day is that that particular deal no longer holds. I mean, this is a government, basically, at the end of the day, that whose attention was drawn to an issue with regards to this Ameri deal. The president had the opportunity to take a second look at it. As a result of that, this particular deal is off. I know when Parliament resumes from its recess, this particular deal will no longer be on the table. And the minister who was responsible for this particular deal has paid the ultimate price by losing his job. So
but is it the case, Mr. Ahi, is it the case that the energy minister was the only person, or the president based his decision?
as it stands now, the request for such a deal cannot be made by 4 or 5 ministers or 10 persons. Definitely not. It comes from the energy minister, and the energy minister would have also undertaken all forms of consultation or other things in order to be able to bring that document to the president. So it definitely, I'm definitely certain that before it came to the president, other persons looked at it. And I mean, we are talking about somebody of the caliber or stature of Archie Jackson. We all know him. So definitely, whatever be the case, once a document like that comes from him, you can presuppose that definitely it should have gone through the scrutiny of certain persons before being brought to the president. But as I've said, whatever be the case, whether the president gave approval or not, bottom line is the deal is off. The minister has paid the price. I wouldn't be in a position to say what's going to happen to the deal. What I know is happening or has happened to the deal is that the new deal that was sent to Parliament no longer holds. That's what I know about it. With respect to any other consequence as a result of this decision taken by the president, we'll definitely have to wait for the president to, whoever the president appoints as the Minister for Energy to take over the ministry, and then from there, I'm sure whoever is appointed would publicize any decision that is taken with respect to the Ameri deal. But as it stands now, I'm not in the position to do so until a substantive minister is put in place. I'm unable to.
Ms. Ayin, we're also aware that it's a cabinet decision, or government has decided, the president or the presidency has decided that it wasn't in the interest, it isn't in the interest of the state to continue to manage thermal assets or thermal power plants. And it is one of the reasons why we're learning that this Ameri deal was, this revised Ameri deal was brokered. Is it that government intends to backtrack on that decision?
Same answer, Israel. I wouldn't be in a position to say that. Yes, the substantive minister who will be appointed would be tasked with that particular decision to make. As it stands now, I'm only a spokesperson for whatever decision the president takes.
But Eugene Ahin, just give us some space and give us a break, because the president has that discretionary powers, but sometimes on a Ameri deal, whether it went to cabinet or not, you cannot say it's not a subject matter for us to talk about. Sometimes, please, just get the understanding that you are supposed to account to us. And we put you there. You didn't put us there. So you're doing this. You will say, as ma, now, Adia Kakaraka, catches the president, no discretion whether only the order there. But I just had the with you. What is necessary is that NDC faulted, and the MPP, you brought out a lot of comparisons that just say NDC a deal on this Ameri deal. Ameri deal there, excuse on it, is not acceptable. It's whether cabinet or the president discretionary or whatever, that's not the issue. The issue is that if indeed cabinet also did not consult, now only MPP paying for also texting messages on this matter, what has happened on this matter. Do you know the MPP people are more they be nipa omuye hunfo power Ghana ba ko politicians. They be ambassadors central for echi ye ne mfi enimu nkoji. Ye de enimu jiwie so na mo san kofo na mo de ne ma ebre na no. Mo sa akotena baby basa esa akeka ne ma ensem fataye ho. So I'll read out those people your text messages, and then the president will see that he is not just naked, he is sinking, and he needs Ghanaians, not that so-called people around him, some of them, to rescue him. It's not true. Because I saw him all the time, move, but we are not telling you the reality. That's the point. I'm probably just keep your cool for me, because I cannot just be reading all the headlines on Ameri when people don't know what really has happened to Ameri. It's a shame to the presidency. It's a shame. It's a big shame. It's a Ghana man paying G2 say, Matthias, ya debi I because on this Ameri. And then you know, mama man paying Ajatu. You know, mama man paying Ajatu. You know, mama acquire young who the echo. Now, do this here. Like my good friend, is he one more time? The prime minister then, as they claim, Ibrahim Mama. I got my mama for the wedding. Like I got mama go for the wedding. Don't go and resign because of this one. Maza, No, politicians, we are Ghana. When it is you, we cannot talk about you because it is you. When it's somebody, it comes back to a human being. What is this? Politics is not attractive only in this part of the world, Ghana, exactly. Because people feel that they control your life like this. So when you talk, they will make sure they intimidate and victimize you.
Thank you.
Nonsense. Absolutely.
But power comes and goes.
Mr. President Kufuor Kache,
it comes
also
and
can
goes.
trick you.
We're too full. So because power never to me confusion.
No.
To me
We have seconds.
Ameri,
I'm